Cass.
And I'm Tanya.
And we're Dances with Floss.
I forgot to say it. Oh, man.
That's okay.
It's been a long day, guys, and I took a nap.
It's been a long week.
I'm not all here. Oh my gosh. It finally, winter hit us.
Yep.
Hard. Randomly on a Wednesday.
Well, I mean, it was -17 here on Monday.
Yeah.
Let's not discount that. No, -17, y'all. They canceled school.
And then the day that they should have canceled school, when it suddenly snowed for 8 hours longer than the meteorologist said it was going to snow, they didn't cancel school. So that's Iowa.
So this is a little later than we planned. We had planned to actually record this on Wednesday, and you're seeing this on a different day, but now we're recording it on Friday instead because snow.
Yeah, snow. We probably could have recorded on Wednesday, but we just would have had to do it from the street level outside your apartment because I wouldn't have been able to get up the hill.
My apartment building is on a great big hill, and you have to go up, and then there's 40 stairs from the parking lot down to my building. It just was not safe. It's
like one of my grandpa's stories from when we kid. You get uphill both ways, carrying all of my cross stitch. It would have made for an epic song.
Yeah.
But so instead, long story short,
we rescheduled.
But we're here now.
But it's been a while since you saw us, so we have lots to talk about.
Yeah, because December was crazy with Flossmas and Advent and so many things. And then the first 3 weeks of January, it's I'm going to sit and enjoy the cross-stitch stuff I got for Christmas and not talk about it yet. But now we are.
Well, I went a little crazy and I did my 12. I didn't do 12 by 12 like everybody was. I kind of modified it because my work schedule didn't allow for it. But I did 12 projects. I touched 12 projects in 12 days, and I put at least 100 stitches in them and did a 25-minute sprint to see how many stitches I could get in 25 minutes. I'm not going to show all of those. I'm not.
I think that was a rock star move.
I'm also never going to do that again. I learned I don't like to stitch that many projects in that many days. Not cool. I need at least a couple days with a whip.
You're a marathoner, not a sprinter.
I'm in between. I would say that. In between.
All right.
So, yeah, I will never do that again. We will find a different way to do a New Year goal thing next year.
Live and learn.
Live and learn. And then get loves. No.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Wow.
I can't hear live and learn and not say that.
Let's go to finishes.
We have finishes. I'm a little punchy today. Sorry.
I had a nap. I'm crazy. She's punchy. Yeah. It's a great day. Happy Friday, y'all.
I have 2 finishes. This one is way overdue.
I love it.
Done.
I love it.
I didn't know what I was going to do about this frame because I had an unpleasant surprise. So this is Dune, Litany Against Fear by Taylor and Cromwell.
Let me hold that for you.
I have been stitching that since 2020. And it sat dormant for a number of years. And then I just finally filled in the last word and put the date and my initials on it. So I'm pretty satisfied with it. The drama on this one in finishing it was that I opened up the frame and I didn't want to put glass on it. But the glass was glued into the frame and I was a little upset. And also didn't want to break it. My 17-year-old son, however, went, well, I'll take care of that. And he sat and broke out the glass and meticulously picked out all the pieces of glass for me so that I didn't have to. So
that was very nice.
It was very nice. I was like bracing myself to just live with it and live with the glass because I wasn't going to break it. And he was like, oh no, I'll take care of that.
Nice. I think it looks really cool.
It's all DMC. I did use a blue variegated DMC for the lettering because it reminded this. None of these are the called for colors. I thought that blue variegated reminded me of the Fremen's Eyes, but also water, and water being a big theme or being a big part of Dune and Desert Planet. So I had all of that in mind as I picked different colors than what the called for was. And I'm really happy with it. So now I just have to figure out, or rather wait for my 12-year-old to tell me where I'm going to hang it.
One takes the glass out, the other one arranges it on the wall.
Yes, she has very strong opinions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just end that sentence right there.
Yeah.
We love you.
And that's my first finish. My second finish, and I'm very proud of this one. I finished Dust of Snow. Now, it is not in a frame yet because the frame is not on sale this week when I went to go buy it. And since they very frequently run 50% off sales, I am waiting till the live edge frame that I have picked out is on sale. That is Dust of Snow by Lindy Stitches. I bought this pattern at the Jingle Ball in December and then obsessively stitched on it. It is on 16 count Love Potion by BeStitchMe. It was a fabric that I had in stash because I couldn't wait to start it. I did mostly use the call for colors, except for I had to make some adjustments to compensate for the change in my fabric color. I also did not use 310 for the Crow. I used Nightshade by Roxy Floss Co. So it's kind of it's a black, but it's not a flat black. You know what I mean?
I like that about it. It gives some dimension to the Crow.
Yeah, it's a very subtle variegation. So
he's got style.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this one. Mm-hmm. It's a really pretty pattern. And I think the border is really cool. Mm-hmm. When you sent me like the update photos, you're like, look at my border. And I'm just super jealous because it looks gorgeous. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite stitches that you have done.
There's a few counting errors in there, and definitely towards the end there were more counting errors, but I kind of just hit the heck with it. I'm not gonna stop. Just like I'll finesse it. XO needle in the hay. I think her name is Annie. I think. I liked on her very recent Flosstube, she said, we're going to stop saying fudging. It is finesse. We are finessing it. If we are not frogging it out, we are finessing it. And okay.
I like that word.
I like that.
I mean, I also like fudge.
So do I, because then it just makes me think of that kid in A Christmas Story. Oh, fudge. Anyway.
Except that's really awesome. I do really, that's like the crow and the flower down here are two of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I really love, this is
I love how that turned out.
Cranberry. It's 600, I think, yeah. Very dark cranberry and geranium is the two colors I went with. And I think that they turned out like way better than for this fabric. I'm sure the original colors would have been lovely, just not for this fabric. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy. And I don't feel like this is a purely Christmas piece. I feel like it's winter, and it will probably, until I have an overabundance of cross stitches that I need to start cycling them for seasons, it's probably going to live out on my wall all year. And then when I start to have too many and need to start seasonal cycling them.
Is there such a thing? Too many?
Well, I don't have very many finished ones right now, so.
I mean, we've got a lot of wall space in your apartment to work with.
Well, but I do have to put up pictures of my kids, so.
Well, no, you've got pictures of your kids. We can put more up. I'm decorating. I don't even live here, but I'm decorating her apartment. I don't know what's happening here. But yeah. No, we can. I think you've got lots of wall space.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Start putting stuff on your closet doors.
That could happen.
Yeah. We'll trick it all out. Yeah. All right. My turn. So I sort of have, this is some finish that I finished in 2024, but it never got on any of our videos. So I think I might have talked about it as a whip, but never as a finish. So this is Here Comes Trouble. Ink circles. It's washed but not ironed, even though it's been on my to-do list for like the last 3 weeks, is to iron it. So that is all done. And so then I'm continuing the series. So then this is all together now. So this one, so these are both done on 14 count Zweigart, purchased from the Hobby Lobby. I think it was on sale.
I only buy stuff on sale there.
Yeah. And then the fabulous Miss Cass here helped me pick out the different green, because the green in the DMC-ish conversion that is with the pattern was very similar, I thought, to the green in the actual Autoclef. So we swapped it out from the Wall of Floss. And so this, instead of, I think it was 964, this is 14. So it's like the light green apple. And I think it's really pretty. I like it. But since this is a series, like different color things carry over. So this pink that's in the staff is the same pink that's here in the staff. And then that is also the same pink that's in the first base pattern, which I don't have done yet.
Go ahead and show it though.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense.
Whip. Yeah. So those are my finishes. And so then this is my whip. Oh, I'm covering part of it up with my needle minder. There we go. So this is first base. And as you can see, the pinks are the same as the other two. And then that same light green is going to be in here as well. So that, this is my non-WIPGO whip pattern. I made my goal for WIPGO. So this was my treat to myself, is to finish this one, because then all 3 of these I'm going to frame, and I think I'm going to give them to a friend of mine and my boyfriend's who does stuff in musical theater with him. So then later on, I might try the actual, like, Classic Colorworks ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fancy floss.
The fancy floss that is actually as advertised on the pattern, and do them again, because they're really easy stitches, and I like how fancy they all are, and I like the 3 of them together. They look really, really, really pretty. So that is my will be my second whole finish of 2025, because the Alto I actually finished on January 1st. So yeah, New Year's Day, watching football, stitching some stitches. So, yeah. Should I go on with the rest of my whips since I'm whipping? Or do you wanna?
Why don't, since I have more than you, why don't I do
Okay.
my new starts?
You do you, boo boo.
Okay.
Let's go.
So I have 4 new starts. On January 1st, I started. So this is, it's hard to see. Witch's Road by Jessica Doisy. She had it posted on her Ko-Fi as a free pattern. So I downloaded it and I went on, she's JetX Stitch, and she also has a Flosstube, and she's awesome. I love her patterns, and I have determined that I will be stitching them, like, as I finish one, I will start the next one. I just bought 4. Yeah, I love them. So right now I'm doing Witch's Road. I went through my stash and I used 16 count Spooky from BeStitchMe. And then rather than using the called for colors, because I kind of started to, you can see like I started to use the called for DMC pink. And then I realized, you know what? I have a bunch of, like, I'm always buying like, oh, this floss is so cool. I love it. And I buy it and then I don't use it. All these cool variegated flosses. And I like use them in a pattern. I'm done with that pattern. And now what? So I just decided to go through my stash and find colors that were similar to the suggested color. And they're all kinds of different brands. Like I've got some DMC colorists in there. I've got a Roxy Floss Co in there. Like this one I think is called Hippie. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's really pretty. I like this greeny blue yellow.
Yeah, that's a DMC.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I think it's like one of their colorist ones.
Okay.
It's one of their fancy ones.
Fancy
that
DMC.
I bought at Joann's. Which, oh my God, the thing about Joann potentially closing.
Don't make me cry.
Just I don't want to lose any more craft stores. This is not cool. Okay, so that was my January 1st new start. Not very far, because I actually was a lot further in just the plain DMCs and went, what am I doing? And I frogged out a whole bunch. So
yep.
So there's that.
I like this fabric too.
I
think that's gonna look really pretty.
I really like the BeStitchMe Spooky. Good stuff. Also, then I believe it was January 2nd, I started my Stitch for Pride. Stitch for Pride 2025. And if you follow on Instagram, you can see it's technically a finish for now until he releases the February. I am stitching this on Night Sky, and I am using Pride Flag colors, the trans Pride Flag, because the theme for this one is trans pride through history. So it's all historical figures that were trans or non-binary, two-spirit, identified in whatever the terminology was that they used at that time. So I can't remember the name of the person. This was a Roman emperor, and she was 14 and was a priest, and when she became emperor. So strategically what I chose is that because I'm using the trans pride flag colors, I did, since their biological gender was blue, I did blue for the chair and for their body, and then for their clothing, which is what they chose for themselves. Well, not chose, I mean, that's just who they are. But to symbolize that that is how they wanted to be seen in the world. I did the dress in the pink sulky, and then the pastel variegated for all the flowers that are in the sky.
I just like how these 3 colors really pop on this fabric. I think the entire stitch, once you get the rest of the patterns for it, I think it's going to look amazing on this. So I'm very excited to see what comes next.
I'm excited too. I saw this sneak peek today that Dee posted, and I think it's an Egyptian pharaoh. And if I had to guess, because I do have a guess, I know that there was an Egyptian pharaoh that was a woman who decided, she identified both, well, they identified both ways. So I can't remember their name, but I know it starts with an H. And
so that's her official guess.
That's my
official pharaoh guess. That starts with an H in ancient Egypt. So please, do tell us if she is correct.
Well, I mean, we'll all see on February 1st.
Or don't. I'm right. Just we'll be surprised.
I should have looked it up. I should have looked up the name of the one I'm thinking of. Hi, this is Editing Cass. I was editing this video and I could not let it go. The pattern you just saw was Elagabalus, because I couldn't remember the name. That was the Roman emperor. And the pharaoh that I'm guessing, if I'm right, and it's pharaoh, for February is Hatshepsut. It does start with an H, spelled Hatshephsut, because I could not let it go. I needed to know what it actually was. Chose to rule as a man and was represented as male through most of their reign. So that is my official guess for who I think is going to be our next trans person in history, based on the sneak peek that Dee posted. Now back to the video. Tanya has not seen this one, but if you watched Monday, you saw that I started a stitch along with Cottage Rogue. We are stitching Ragnarok, and it is hashtag end of the world Sal. And
it's so pretty.
That's what I have so far.
Pardon me, I'm gonna look at this first.
I have a little over 1,300 stitches on it right now.
Sorry, old lady got to take her glasses off and look close at this.
It's on 20 count it's so Badlands by BeStitchMe.
It's so tiny.
And man, it's stitching up fast. Like when I start working on it, I don't want to put it down. So
it's so pretty. That turquoise color on that fabric.
Yeah. I started, like, my plan is 100 stitches a day on it, but I'm so far ahead that I've been able to take days off where I was like, I better just not work on this today, because if I work on it, I'm just going to go until it's done, and I don't want to do that. So,
that looks really good. That looks really good. Now that one, you and Cottage Rogue started it together, but you guys are going totally different directions on how you're finishing it. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing the same but not quite the same, check out Cottage Rogue's Flosstube as well.
Yeah, and I mean, if you check out the video on Monday, we went over like all the flosses that we're using and our plans for that. How we think it's going to come, what we've chosen to put where, that kind of stuff. We went into great detail about it. So I'm very excited, and I love how it's stitching along, and it's like making me want to do other long dogs because I love how easily it's stitching.
They're so big, and so they're really intimidating to me.
They are, but because it's a monochrome, I'm just finding that I just speed through it.
Yeah. I think for me, being still a bit of a newbie stitcher, again, I'm like, this is so much. But then I look at my dragons that
Right.
I forgot to bring my BAP.
You're pretty far through the dragons, and I feel like if you can do the dragons,
I could do a long dog.
you could do a long dog,
Okay.
and you would be fine.
Okay. All right. Now that is really super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a new bag or is that one that you've had? Because
this is one that I've had that I bought specifically for this project.
Because I think that's cute too.
This is the one she's talking about. Like, I bought it specifically for this project because it has dogs on it, and it's my long dog. So this is my long dog bag, and it has best friends because Babs and I have been friends since we were 16. So I felt like it was appropriate.
I like it. Yeah. I just got the dog part. I was like, oh, yeah.
That was the whole point. I saw this bag and I was like, it has dogs and it's a long dog. I need it. I'm such a dork.
It's all right. It's all good. All right.
Oh, I have one more new start. And I have been going like crazy on this one. I am super happy. So there's a little bit of a saga with this. It's currently living in my Masters of the Universe favorite bag. My favorite bag. Until my She-Ra bag gets here, and then it'll be second fiddle. Just saying.
She gets a Skeletor bag. It's all over.
That is Hyperbole.
Hyperbola.
Or Hyperbola. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. Whatever.
It's okay. We can call it Hyperbole or Hyperbola. It's a word and it's very hard.
So that is by Artsy Housewife. It is her birthday, Sal, and you have to be a member of her Patreon to get it. This pattern just released on January 15th. I intended to start it on January 15th. I bought fabric for it to start it on January 15th. And then as soon as I saw the pattern, I knew my fabric was wrong. And I needed to get different fabric.
I like this though.
Which you would think because, well, that's the fabric I picked after I saw the pattern.
Yeah, no, I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
What was your other one?
I bought, well, this is in my haul. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I bought Blackberry Latte.
Oh, the same one that I have for my other.
Mm-hmm. Because when I pulled the floss, like the floss toss, this is very nice. However, it just wasn't, you know how sometimes when you see a pattern, even though you've seen the floss, you're like, wow, that would just really, that needs something warm, or that needs more contrast, or like I saw, like with my crow, like I saw it and I was like, that has to be stitched on green. Or or like with my weeds and wildflowers, I had to stitch it on blue. I am very much that way. So I can't just do a floss toss and guess. Like, I've got to wait until I see the pattern. Otherwise, I'm just not going to be happy. So I think mystery stitch alongs are not for me. I need to see the pattern.
I like how you started. You did your pins for the corner.
Oh yeah, that way I don't have to draw on my fabric because I can just pull the pins out.
That's very smart.
Yeah,
very smart.
I had to do just enough, so I wanted to see all the colors on this fabric. So I did just enough of the motifs to, and then I'll go back to finish the red border across the top. But I just needed to see what some of the other colors looked like on it.
I really like it. What is this fabric?
That fabric is Morning Glory by Picture This Plus.
I love it. It reminds me of like raspberry cheesecake with the darker and then the light colors like all in here.
Right. The description on it was like yellow with rose over the top of it. And I was like, well, that's perfect because the dominant colors in this are yellow and red. And I suppose I should be a good person and like show you what it's going to look like. I've been so bad not showing you pattern pictures. This is what Witch's Road looks like when we get that. I already showed you like I'm bad. I'm sorry. I will do better. My notes are on my iPad, so I was just like going on my notes, not even thinking that I should show you patterns. Okay. Now this is just a digital rendering because she designed it just for her birthday sampler. So there is not a model stitched for it yet, but this is what she released for her birthday. So I knew it needed to be stitched on a warm color. I wanted it stitched on a warm color.
I
so
like
that's
it.
what I'm doing.
I think this is a really good fabric choice. I really, really like this.
Some changes that I'm going to make is there's an alphabet on this side. Kind of can't see on my picture. I'm going to, instead of doing the alphabet, I'm going to, the title of the piece, Hyperbole, on this side, because it's the same number of letters as what is here. And then in the letters down here, I'm going to pick a quote. I haven't decided what yet. I'm going to look for a short quote that relates back to the theme of hyperbole.
I'm trying to make sure that we're all speaking the same language. I can't get over this. Actually, your fabric is making me hungry, and now I want raspberry cheesecake. Damn you. Damn you.
But yeah, so I have a pretty good start on it. But considering that the stitch count on this pattern is like 35,000 stitches, it's going to be a big one. It's going to use the whole fat quarter.
That's more than my dragons.
For a 3-inch border, I needed the whole fat quarter. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed.
I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to get lots of progress.
Yes. Between that and your... Now, how long is the Ragnarok that one's gonna last you guys all 4 years?
That's the plan.
Ideally?
Ideally, if I don't stitch more than 1 page every 3 months,
okay,
it will take the whole 4 years.
Okay.
And when I did the math on it, that means if I stitch an average of 100 stitches a day, it'll take me 4 years to do it.
All right. So you're a bit ahead of the curve. So you're
a little bit ahead of the curve.
Yeah. My whips are also my WIPGO because my WIPGO, if you have seen any of our other videos, well, specifically our 2025 goals, I don't have a lot of in progress pieces. So all of my WIPGO for 2025 is actually new starts. So it's my start go board, but that's way too long and hard to say. So it's still WIPGO, but it's new starts. So this is Cactus Cat. This is Satsuma Street. I should actually hold it up so that I can see it. I gotta tell you, I love Satsuma Street. Like, oh, they're so pretty, and the colors and just they speak to me. But this one, this stupid flower, I'm gonna frog it out 3 times because I kept miscounting, and it's just. It's like 1 stitch here, 2 stitch, then skip 2, and then 1, and then 5. And I was going a bit cross-eyed. And since it's a paper pattern, I don't have it on my markup. And so I was trying to count. And so I got really frustrated a couple of times. But it's good now. It's perfect. And now I've started the actual cat. And I'm using my little cat needle minder that somebody made for me. Very excited about this one. So this is called for floss on 16 count tombstone by Atomic Ranch, and this I had thankfully, I think it looks good. I had this in stash because I did a project for my boyfriend on the same fabric last year.
Don't you love when you can use stash?
I know. I had it and I went, you know, I really think that the colors are gonna pop on this one, and
I think it really like brings out the desert feel and the you would get from cactus.
Yeah. So this is my goal for all of my WIPGO, Start Go, Go Go projects. My Go Go projects. Is 1,000 stitches or a finish if it's less than 1,000. So I've done over 1,000 stitches on this one. And then my other, which is Prince Pondworthy by Fine Frog Stitching. This is his jacket and part of his arm. So it's the called for on 16 count, white, just regular Aida, nothing super crazy. I really like this one as well, but I like Cactus Cat more. And I think it's because the fabric is softer. And it's a sensory thing. We've had this discussion before.
The sensory thing really
matters. It's a sensory thing. But I do really like the shading on this one, and I can't wait to finish it because I showed this to a friend the other night, and she just went crazy for the picture of the finished project. And I know that there's like a princess one, and there's a bunch of other like animal. So I'm probably going to end up getting all of them.
There's a few different designers that have like the animal busts. And there's a couple designers that I'm really like, I'm trying to decide between designers, like which series I want to do. I know yours are from...
This is Fine Frog Stitching.
I like the ones from Mama Witch X Stitch, I think is what it is. Okay. They're a little kooky looking and I like them.
Yeah. So that's all of my new starts / whips / WIPGO all in one.
That's really all your projects?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I just have 3 because I just got really super excited, and I went over my stitch count for WIPGO on both of my projects. And so then once I got that done, that's when I started the ink circles one, and I'm almost done with that one. Numbers for February don't even get called until tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't start it until February.
And I wouldn't start it until February, but then begins the obsessing over, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about what my projects are for February.
Well, at least now, like you can do more on those once.
Yeah. Once I get done with the ink circles one, then I'm gonna go back, and this last week of January I'm gonna do more stitching on my called numbers.
Well, my called numbers, so number 11 for me was Forest Friends by Tiny Modernist. I'm pulling it up so you can see the pictures. So I started this in April of 2024 when she released it as a stitch along in her Patreon. So that is what the pattern looks like. And I, of course, I double dipped a little bit, and this was part of the ones that I did in my 12 by 12. I was like, oh great, if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to put my WIPGO calls in it so I can knock those suckers out. Because I didn't really set a number goal when I did it, because what if I wasn't in the mood to work on that pattern, right? Like I just needed to commit to touch the whip, right? So I did the hedgehog. I worked on the hedgehog. So, and I got most of the way through him. I just need to do, and I probably will keep it out just to finish the hedgehog and finish that quarter of the pattern. And then I'll work on it again in the spring just because I want to knock it out and gift it to, I think I'm going to gift it to my aunt because I think she would like it. But I just got to get all the way through it. So
it's really adorable.
Stitched the hedgehog.
It's really adorable. And again, I'm just a super big fan of your fabrics. And wait, that's like shiny floss.
Yes, it is.
Oh, how did I not realize that until now? I'm a sucker for shiny.
I did that whole border in DMC Etoile.
Wow. It's very sparkly. You probably can't see it on the...
And the white that's in there, if it's not Etoile, is DMC 940, E940, I think is the one that's the glow in the dark. Ooh. Because at that time in April, I was obsessing over glow in the dark floss, and I was using it everywhere that I could get away with using it because I thought it was fun. So I have no evidence that it actually works. Like, I haven't tried it, but like,
we're not going to turn off all the lights. Maybe another day.
I know I used it on some patterns that I gave to my daughter, and she said it works. So, but they're at her dad's, so I don't know. But yeah, that was my first WIPGO call. That was number 11. And then number 20 is housed in a brand new bag. This was stuck in Canada. And now it's not. And I'm excited about that. I love all the snowmen. So if you can guess, it is a Christmas pattern. Number 20 for me, because it's on here, it's a paper pattern.
Oh, okay.
Is Winter Welcome by Satsuma Street.
Satsuma Street!
Which I'm sure she's going to want to borrow when I'm done with it.
I'm such a fan!
And I worked on the wreath above the door. And I did a whole bunch and then realized that I had inverted the colors and had to frog it all back out and do it over again.
Oh, no.
Because my brain flip-flopped the colors.
I still love that red door. That's really pretty.
I know. I love the contrasts in colors that she chooses. I think it's quite excellent. So, and that is on a 14 count DMC blue opalescent. So it shimmers.
Like 14 count for you is like the Grand Canyon in between those squares, right?
It kind of is. But at the time I was doing like almost everything I was working on was 20 count, and my eyes needed a break, and I just wanted a loop start, gosh darn it. I just wanted a loop start. Because then I stitch on 20 count, it's single strand, and then I don't loop start. And I was tired. I wanted a loop start.
I don't blame you. You have to teach me how to loop start.
You'll love it.
I don't know how.
You'll never go back once you do it.
Well, I have to regular with like variegated. You can't really loop start with variegated.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless you really don't care about the variegation. And sometimes I get lazy and decide I don't care.
I care so much.
I usually care. But it's living in this Christmassy bag.
It's very pretty. Yes. I love it so much.
In haul, I'll show you all my other bags because there was several.
So many bags.
I was so not behaved in November and December when I was ordering the bags. So then my last WIP, this was not a WIPGO call since, we only called 2 numbers. So those were my 2 WIPGO calls. This was just I missed stitching on it and I wanted to, gosh darn it.
And also moth, that's not a butterfly that I keep thinking is.
And also my daughter commanded that I needed to finish this. She has chosen a place where it will hang. And she's like, Mother, I want it finished. I said, okay. So that is Weeds and Wildflowers.
And it's a moth.
It's a moth.
Not a butterfly. I keep saying, I'm like, that butterfly is so pretty.
And it's, you know, it's not stitched on the called for. I'm stitching it on 20 count. Roxy Floss Co's Smooth Sailing, because when I saw all the beautiful yellows in that pattern, I couldn't stitch it on. I think the fabric that it calls for is called like butter. There it is.
Cancel.
Is called like butter or something like that, buttercup. And I was like, I don't want to put yellow on yellow. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I have had to modify, because I did the blue, it just screamed for blue to me. So I had to modify some of the colors, like the light blue that you see on the wings was supposed to be a dark blue that is very similar in color to the fabric. So obviously I had to change that color, but I also had to make sure that it contrasted enough with the gray that I'm going to be stitching on there later on. So I went with like I think it's DMC's Antique Blue is what I ended up using. So it is the Roxy Floss Co floss, but I have had to make some strategic changes. So this is the
strategic change.
Yeah,
that's your strategery.
This is the preview setting on my app. So yeah, it's going to be beautiful when it's done.
It is so pretty.
And info with that. So because I'm trying to push that along and finish it, and it did kind of make me modify my plans a little bit and how I'm going to do things going forward, because I do want to have a lot of artsy housewife patterns on the go. And how am I going to get through all of these? And I have even, wait till you see plans. Ha ha ha. There's more. So,
sorry, but wait, there's more.
So, how am I going to start pushing through these and getting them finished? And I decided to start doing Artsy Wednesday. So every Wednesday, I'm going to stitch on this until it's done. And then I will switch to a different Artsy Housewife pattern and stitch on that one until it's done, because we are going to start getting through these. And I had posted about this idea on Instagram with, like, I was posting a picture of it and how I was thinking about doing Artsy Wednesday. And Microbiologist Makes on YouTube, she's also that same on Instagram, commented that that was a great idea. And I said, hey, let's make it a thing. And so now when I post it on Instagram, it is Artsy Wednesday, hashtag Artsy Wednesday Stitching. So if you're looking for my progress, and you can always search hashtag Artsy Wednesday Stitching. And I'm hoping we can make it a thing, and other people can do Artsy Wednesday stitching.
When I start Vicious is one of my patterns for my start this year, my plans. So I'll be able to participate in Artsy Wednesday when Vicious is called. Maybe it'll be a February one.
That would be cool.
Although I'm still super excited about all of the ones. I'm like, I really want to start.
Hopefully,
on the mountain.
You know what would be even more perfect?
What?
Is if it got called for March.
Oh, birthdays. You know, this is gorgeous. I love this fabric. I love the changes that you have done to the colors. And I really wish that your little small human had not already picked out a place for it, because like that would make a really nice gift.
No.
This
one was mine.
So close.
And I love that you called her a small human, because she's bigger than me. I hugged her the other day and I was like, I'm looking up at you and I don't like this. You're only 12. So it felt so weird. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting through them that way. I bought myself a study of nature, and I am not allowed to start a study of nature until I finish Weeds and Wildflowers.
And
it's
a
rule. I'm not even kidding up.
And then one of your other 80 Artsy Housewives, or just that one?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Just that one.
Okay.
The moth bag has to be vacated before
before new project.
before the new project can go in it.
Gotcha.
That was the decision that I made.
Gotcha.
So
Oh
there's
my goodness.
that. So
I apparently still need more of a nap. I just tried to like strategically hide a yawn.
so we're gonna pause this real quick and reset because we have a ton of haul.
A ton.
Which will also kind of like lead into plans a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta explain some stuff. So, all right, just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We reset. We're gonna start with our fabric haul.
We have so much fabric.
Me too. I was a little bit on a quest because I bought the blackberry latte, which coincidentally,
Blackberry latte
from Grace Notes Fabrics.
Yes.
I really just wanted to try a new brand. But so that's one of the reasons why I picked this for Hyperbole.
You're gonna smack me. You're gonna smack me. But you're gonna say it. It's gonna be fine.
I'll say it your way when you're around.
And I'll call it Hyperbole when you're not around. So it's all good. What are yours?
So BeStitchMe had a a ready-made fabric sale last week, and I bought some fabrics. In fact, we're missing Friday night fight night right now, but I don't need to spend any more in 15 minutes actually. But
we can quick power through.
I'm not powering through.
Okay.
I don't need to spend more money. I bought Merlot.
It's so gorgeous.
It's rich and beautiful. I think I want to use it for Angel of Hope. There is still, that's another angle of fabric. There's a burgundy that I really love from Roxy Floss, but it's a linen. And I might order a fat quarter of it and then see if I like it better and decide if I'm going to stitch on linen or if I'm going to stitch on my favorite Ada.
I really like that one too.
And this is for my daughter Harper. So there's kind of a story here. We were watching Cam the Stitcher. We were watching her whip parade, and Cam the Stitcher showed Turkish Delight. And my daughter said, "Why aren't you stitching that?" And I see she's bossy. She's very bossy.
And knowing her, I can hear that being said in my head.
And I said, "Don't you think I have enough big ass projects?" And she said, "No." "Well, yeah, but that hasn't stopped you so far. So why haven't you started that?" And so between her and I, we have decided that this is going to be, now she's in middle school right now. This is going to be her graduation present. Either her high school graduation or college graduation, depending on how frustrated I get and how long it takes me. Because I haven't even bought everything, but I did buy the fabric. Her and I put our heads together and decided on Lilith, because she wanted something that was more purple, and I wanted to be able to loop start. So 16 count Lilith is what we settled on.
It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bright and vibrant, like the Merlot for your other project.
Yeah,
that's really like smooth and rich, and this is very Harper.
She tried saying that she wanted black and white and gray, and I said no. I am not staring at it for that long and it being all black and white and grays. No. Mm-mm. I do think we have discussed it, and I am not doing DMCs. Because it's a present for graduation, and it's a big graduation, and it'll either be high school or college, I'm going to buy the Roxy Floss Co conversion. Because it's blues, and that's what she wanted. She said, "I want the blues on this." I said, "I think that can be arranged." So nice. That's what we negotiated.
So I bought the Blackberry Latte 16 count from Grace Notes Fabrics to do the Black Cat Lindy stitches. And So I have 4 of the cards. There's 6 of them. There's one that's talking about, a cat on Halloween, and I don't want it to just be Halloween, so I have to get the other one, which was the Shadow Stalker, like Moonlight Walker Shadow. I didn't have that one. They didn't have that one at BeStitchMe when we went that day, so I have to order that one.
Which we're going to go to BeStitchMe on March 15th in celebration of our birthdays, because our birthdays are in March.
Wait, should we go on the Ides of March?
It's a Saturday. It's the only day we can go.
Oh, okay. All right. Beware, though. The Ides of March. Yeah.
It just means I'm going to murder my bank account. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
Or my credit card, as it were.
Yeah. So, with this, though, I watched the Lindy Stitches. She has a finishing, like a video of how she finished it as like a big bell pull. So, knowing me, like, I just see a pattern and I buy it. I'm like, oh, it's got cats, because I have cats and I love cats and I love cross stitch, and so I do the thing. And then I went and looked stuff up about it, and she had like little border patterns, so you could do them all, like here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. And there were little borders that she had on the Lindy Stitches site for free. I had no idea that they even existed until I was just, surfing the interwebs one day and found it. And so now I'm super excited to add those in, and then I'm going to have a friend of mine who knows how to sew. Once I get them all done. I didn't get enough fabric to do them all as like one long one, so I'm going to do them, and then I'll have her sew them like panel pieces on the big long bell pull. And so I'm super excited. I can't wait to get started. Maybe this will be the February call, maybe, but then I have to order the other pattern. But anyway, I'm babbling. But while I was on the Grace Notes site, I also fell in love with Hannah. I don't have a project for this. I don't, but I do. Like, one thing that I'm going to stitch on this. I want you to do this on it. You want me to do that one on it? Okay, maybe we'll talk about that.
And just instead of the gold, just do a bright, just do purple or something poppy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we're digressing. The one thing that I do want to do on this, there is the I will destroy everything that you love or that you own. It's one of the patterns in the Cross Stitch with Catitude book.
Yes.
It's a really super like cutie cat that definitely has an attitude, but it's on, like, I think it would look really pretty on this really bright, happy, shiny yellow fabric. So yeah, I ordered it, and it's like they know me without even knowing me, because in the package from Grace Notes, they gave me a bag of Raspberry Royale Bigelow tea, and that's one of my favorites. And I got a sticker. I also love stickers. So, thank you, Grace Notes Fabrics. So now I have something to drink while I stitch. Those are my fabrics.
So, more haul.
So much haul.
It's my miscellaneous haul. So I bought, one of the things I'm doing this year is I'm doing ornaments for all 5 of my kids. And I had bought, I bought patterns for all 4 of my daughters from, oh my gosh, and I just space cadetted the name. The book person. What is her name?
The book person.
The designer who recently passed away, and now you cannot get her patterns anymore.
Oh.
And I had just bought, literally 2 days before, the 4 patterns for my daughters.
And then you didn't get
did not buy the Jane Austen Angel for myself, because I thought, oh, I'll just come back after payday and I'll get the last one for myself. that did not happen. I can't remember the name right now,
put it in
but
the
I'll put it in
comments.
comments, or in the description. But I bought this one for my son. My son is a car guy, and he's been actually talking about buying his little sister a Volkswagen Beetle. So my son's really good at saving money and really thoughtful and kind soul, and he has been talking about buying a vehicle for his little sister. And I was like, you don't have to do that. And
he offered to buy me scones. He's an angel.
He is an angel. My son is an angel. But yeah. So I bought this pattern to make him a Christmas ornament because I have never made my kids ornaments. So I would like to do that.
It's not just a pattern though. It's a whole kit.
It's a whole kit, yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. And it's Satsuma Street.
Mm-hmm. It seemed very appropriate for my son.
I do think that that's really cool.
Also, when I brought him home from the hospital, because he is a Christmas baby, he was born 3 days after Christmas, and his original due date was Christmas Day. I had bought him a Santa outfit. I dressed him as Santa to bring him home from the hospital.
Oh.
Even though he was born after Christmas, I did not care because I bought that Santa outfit. My God, he was coming home in it. And I bought him a Santa Care Bear, a little teeny tiny Care Bear. So yeah, his very first stuffed animal was a Care Bear, Good Luck Bear dressed as Santa. And he came home from the hospital dressed as Santa. So Santa in a car.
It's very, very, very him.
Very appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's going to be cute.
And now this feeds into my plans. So you may have heard me mention that I'm a big fan of Artsy Housewife, and our birthdays are in March. And I decided there are 4 weeks in March, and I love the birds and cups. There is, gosh, I'm blanking on them. Dreamer, which Gorgeous. Is the flamingo in the cup. Gorgeous, which is the raven in a cup. And You Got This, which is an owl in a cup. And it's as if, as she made a birthday sal for herself, she made me a birthday sal because she also released Peace, which is a dove in a cup. So now I have to get the Roxy Floss conversion for that when that comes out, or like ask for one because, you know, they'll do that for you. Because now I need that because I bought in preparation for spending all of March, devoting all of my March stitching to these patterns. I bought the conversions for the 3 birds, and I just figured the 4th bird piece, it may get finished in April. So my goal is I do want to finish all 3 of them in March, or get them within spitting distance of finishing them in March. Like I'm gonna March-ish.
Spring. I
am devoting the month of March to finishing these 3 cups. They're small patterns. They're like average 4,000 stitches each. I don't see any reason why I can't finish these or get very close. I will at least finish one. Hopefully it's the flamingo. I don't know. The flamingo one is probably going to be the one I do on the week of my birthday because I used to have a big thing for flamingos, but it was really kind of just reactionary with my divorce. But I mostly just have a bird thing. So, and for a while it manifested itself into just flamingos.
Right for the beak.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I do like these. I know this one is for the flamingo because there's a lot of pink in it. I love these colors.
I think I'm gonna start with the owl, and then which I think is
that one.
Oh yeah, because the blue. I think I'm gonna start with the owl because I think it had the lowest stitch count, and then I'll move on and do Gorgeous, and then I will move on and do Dreamer, and then in the beginning of April, I'll start. Hopefully, I will have everything started to Peace. I was super excited when that was on the Patreon. Apparently, it was supposed to be released for market, but they lost the example stitch.
Oh no, the model?
The model stitch. They lost the model. So they released it in Patreon instead. And I was like, score. I mean, not score for them, but score for me because, you know, I already paid for the Patreon. So I was super excited about that.
Nice. No, I think those are gorgeous patterns too, and I want to stitch them. So,
but that's my birthday stitch along. Stitch Artsy Housewife with me.
All the Artsy Housewife.
Any Artsy Housewife.
Do all the things on Wednesdays.
Well, I'm doing it every day.
Well,
I will take breaks to do my WIPGO. I can catch up with Stitch for Pride in April because Lord knows I've done it before where I did 2 in a month. So Stitch for Pride can wait.
Just in that one instance.
Yeah. I will do my WIPGO and then I will devote myself.
Do you have more or can I go? Can we swap out?
Then we'll do our bags.
Yes. So I went a bit crazy on the online patterns, like PDF patterns. I got all of the seasonal was it the Jed Stitch?
Oh yeah, Jedix Stitch.
Jedix Stitch. I got all of the little seasonal it's from Legend of Zelda, the little Koroks. They're little woodland creatures, and they have leaf masks, and they're adorable. And they have this like super annoying giggle when you're playing the game. They're like, ha ha ha, you found me. And yeah, they're just really weird. But I love the patterns, so I bought all the seasonal ones. So I don't have those to show you, but you can look them up on her page.
On her Etsy.
But then I bought, if you remember from my Christmas haul, my mom got me a book called Cross Stitch or Die Tryin', which is all like hip hop R&B patterns. And so then I saw this one, which is Hip Hop Origins by Shaded Stitchery, and I bought this one for myself. So this was not a present from my mom. It's just one that I saw and went, yep, I have to have it.
Don't you think that would be so cool on the yellow, and then just replace, instead of using metallic floss where the gold is, like put a really bright fun color like hot pink or purple or just something fun and poppy? I think that would be awesome.
Don't you mean hip hoppy?
Sure.
I cracked myself up. And then, speaking of birds and teacups, it's not one of the Artsy Housewives, but I got the Witch's Tea Party Tiny Modernist pattern, which is super tiny. Like, super tiny pattern. It's gonna be like a 4x6 finish, because I'll stitch it on 14 count. But it's adorable, and I love tea. So, like, if y'all out there in the cyber world really want to get all of my money, kittens, specifically black or tuxedo kittens, tea, and video games. Like, give me all the patterns, all the cats, all the tea, cats drinking tea while playing video games. Just take all my money. That's what it is. If they had a pattern like that, I would buy all of it. Somebody make a series of patterns of cats drinking tea, playing video games. I will buy all the patterns.
The Venn diagram of Tanya.
The Venn diagram. Cats, games, tea, it's all one big circle. There's not, yeah, all the things. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to bags before I start spilling the rest of my guts.
My bags came from Canada. I'm so excited.
Blame Canada.
This was a custom one I got for my Thanksgiving stuff.
I love that one.
It's so deviled eggs.
It's so cute.
Isn't it fantastic? I love Jasmine custom bags, and I love that she was totally like, "Oh yeah, I'll make you that." The plaid fabric, and I love the vinyl that she picked is like a marbled red. It's so perfect. It's so yes.
Someday I'll get one. Yep.
And I got animals. I bought this specifically for my cottage garden year in the woods patterns because I have 2 of them, and I decided it was shameful that the bald eagle and I also have the bear. I'm gonna get all of them, but which she's coming out with more. But
Owl's wearing a beanie.
I know.
He's so cute.
I decided it was shameful that my cottage garden ones were living in a generic bag that was not fun. And so she had posted this animal fabric and I needed it. So I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. And I even love that it's white.
I love the little owl wearing a beanie. Oh, there's another one wearing a different
Oh, I
stocking
know.
cap. Oh my gosh.
Isn't it great?
Oh my gosh.
And there's bears and a squirrel. I love this squirrel. So glad there's a squirrel. I like squirrels. I haven't settled on a squirrel pattern yet, but I'm gonna. I keep seeing them and loving them, and I can't decide which one because how many squirrels do I really need? So
you need all the squirrels.
No, I don't. I just need one good squirrel.
I need all the cats. You need all the squirrels.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then the last Jasmine custom bag that I got is this one with Santas. And it's got a like a Teresa Kogut fabric. And I love it.
Teresa Kogut?
Mm-hmm.
You say?
I did say.
I got a Teresa Kogut fabric bag that matches. You see this little Santa right here? He matches the Santa from the Jingle Ball 2024 Bauble book. Look at it. They're twins.
I know. I sent her the link to it and was like, judging by your reaction to the Bauble book pattern, I think you need this bag.
And I do. So this is Samply Stitched on Etsy. And so because you have a Samply Stitched bag.
I do. I have a couple.
And I was very excited because I was like, oh my gosh, it has a cute little zipper with like a little pom-pom. It was adorable. And I got the package and I opened it up and I didn't see the pom-pom and I went, what? That's some crap. I didn't get a pom-pom. And so I opened up the bag. Surprise. There's the pom-pom. And a little, like, fun little charm. This one is a candy cane.
Tanya needs all the pom-poms.
So many things. Cats, tea, pom-poms. Oh, goodness. But it's so cute. And I love this bag.
It's a good bag.
It is a good bag. I just rubbed it across the microphone, so I hope you could see. Or see? Microphones don't help you see.
We're punchy.
I'm okay, people. I'm okay.
This is a long video. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's been 3 weeks.
I'm gonna skip ahead since I did the other.
You're good.
So, Samply Stitched, going back to cats and things, and isn't it cute? It's like neon cats. So my cat patterns, once I start them, are probably gonna live in this bag.
I knew you needed it when I saw it.
Yeah. So like if Samply Stitch could somehow make me like a duffel bag, so if I'm gonna get all the cat patterns ever, I'm obviously gonna need like a giant bag. But it's so cute with this little, it's got a little bird charm. His cats like to watch birds, and it also has a pom-pom. But they're so nice and really well put together, and I'm so happy they come with the little mini bag on the side. Like everything about these is adorable. I'm sold. So There we go.
And the reason that she knew about those was because I sent her the links because I was on there buying myself a Valentine's bag. I love the little, and it's got a little charm that says "Be mine." It's a little heart.
Like the world's worst candy.
Yep. But they're cute.
Don't eat that.
I need to get earrings of them that say "Bite me." It's gonna happen.
Nice.
But yeah, because I'm doing the Valentine's heart sampler, and it's gonna be on smooth sailing, and I needed a Valentine's bag because I have a couple Valentine's projects that are gonna happen, and I was like, they can all live in one bag. That's fine. And I just really thought this one with vintage Valentine's on it was adorable because I'm a vintage chick at heart.
The shiny, like metallic-y plaid is also very cute.
Yes.
I like it very much.
I'm in love with this bag. I think it's adorable. Although I feel like I'm cheating on Jasmine custom bags. I feel like I'm cheating on Jen, but it's okay. I have other bags from other people, but I mostly have Jen's bags because her bags are wonderful. But this was so cute, and I couldn't not buy it, and so I have it.
And it's really my fault. She saw the Santa one and was like, "Oh, I'll send this to Tanya, and oh, look at this other really cute bag that I'm gonna get for myself."
Yeah.
Oh, scissors.
So I lose my scissors a lot. Usually while I'm sitting in the same place. So at all times I need like 3 or 4 pairs of scissors with me because I will lose them all before I'm done for the day and then find them when I'm cleaning up. So I have lots of pairs of scissors. I bought the blue parrot. I love the little case that it's in. They're not the most comfortable scissors to snip with, but the ones I have been very careful not to lose, very careful, because they have quickly become my favorite scissors. I bought these on Etsy. They're so teeny tiny.
He's so small.
He's so small. But I love them. And they're nice and sharp, and they just get in there real good when I need to frog. They're better than a seam ripper. I know, right? So I'm very protective of this little teeny tiny pair. They're so tiny. I feel like I need all the tiny scissors in my life.
Did they come in the little bag?
No, that's just a little pouch that I had.
Oh, okay.
Because I was worried putting my scissors, because they're so sharp, I was worried about them damaging my projects. Okay. So I've been keeping them in the little bitty pouch.
I was like, wow, that's really cool. They come in a little pouch. But you could keep them in the little pouch in your bag.
Yes, but not all of my bags have that little pouch.
We need to find little pouches.
I got one. We're good. I got one. That's fine. But now I need all the tiny scissors. Because I like the tiny scissors.
They are very cute. And sharp.
Yes.
Very sharp.
Very sharp. That's all my haul.
That's all my haul.
We did it!
We did! It's not 8 hours long. We're good.
Yeah.
This is exciting. All right. Well, we're hanging out together tonight. We're gonna do some stitching. So that'll be fun. And then yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
We'll catch you on the flippy flop.
Yes. We have to do some stitching today because tomorrow we also are stitching like all day. We're meeting up with our Eastern Iowa Stitchers group. So we've got all day stitching, but then the dances part of our name we're doing tomorrow night. We are going dancing to our favorite trad jazz, local trad jazz band, Dandelion Stompers. So look them up on the interwebs. They're awesome.
It's an album release party tomorrow.
Yes. So exciting. So we're gonna go and dance it up to one of our favorite local jazz bands and get some steps in, get some stitching done tomorrow morning, dancing tomorrow night, living up to the name. I'm not taking any floss with me to dance with.
No.
But yeah. So not really dances with floss, but yeah, dances with floss. We're doing the dancing.
Yep.
Thank you all for watching, and we wish you all the best with all of your 2025 projects. Go team!
We'll see you in a couple weeks.